Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion, Episode 2. I would have gotten this done a lot sooner, but I actually forgot that I hadn't uploaded it yet, and I was like, wait, Episode 3 is coming out today. And then I remembered, oh, I hadn't uploaded Episode 2! So, yeah, I would get started on recording for Episode 3, but it's going to take probably 25 minutes, and I need to be in there to get the kids off the bus, because that's going to be coming soon, so I'm going to have to wait till they get off the bus at least. As for, why I hadn't really got anything recorded today, I was going to record, but the bad thing is my sister didn't bring my nephews home till probably past 11 last night, and I needed to get them up at 6, so you can probably guess I was tired after that. And I was going to stay up, but I ended up trying to take a nap, I guess, after about around 8:45 this morning. And I ended up getting up about almost 11 o'clock after that. And I went and ordered lunch. And, yeah, it just snowballed from there, essentially, where I didn't do just about anything, essentially. After I'd ate, I watched some videos, just relaxed a little bit. Essentially, this day has gone by way too fast. Thank goodness, though, that I have tomorrow off as well. But I do have morning shift Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, there's that. Anyway, Raeliana. Yeah, she ended up going to meet with Noah and to discuss the whole contract thing of getting her out of her engagement. And at first, he wasn't going to do it, even when she mentioned that she knew who had the royal seal and where it was. He had the royal seal, and he had it hid in some tomb of a relative or something like that. And he was like, nope, I'm not, you didn't offer me anything noteworthy, blah, 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 blah. And she was about to leave when she realized that the chessboard that was in there was off, and she realized that it was basically showing the state of events, or the state of things in the kingdom, essentially. The king representing the king, and the bishops and all that representing like noble families and stuff. And she told him to move the bishop over a little bit because it represented a certain family that was going to have a new head of the family that he would like to have, I guess, as an ally, possibly, or I don't know, something like that. And this guy has attention, and he decided to open up negotiations on the contract. And she actually had to look up how to write a contract in order to be able to do this, because if she didn't, he would have essentially wiped the floor with her when it comes to getting loopholes and stuff in a contract. Because we all know that people put loopholes in contracts, essentially, without even realizing it sometimes. And, yeah, Brooks was not happy about the whole broken engagement thing, and he decided to slander her in the media to get back at her for this. Yeah. And Noah, like I said, they draw up the contracts, and the only stipulation she had was, that he had to pretend to be her fiancé so that she could get out of her engagement. And he had the same stipulation. But it was essentially, you have to pretend to be my fiancé in any way, shape, or form that I ask. Which could mean in public or in private behind closed doors. I don't know if she thought of that when he mentioned this. But she agreed to it, and she got him to sign, essentially. Because at first he might not have agreed to sign, and then he ended up agreeing. So, yeah, she ends up being the narrator a little bit and saying, if I had known what was coming, I never would have had him, in the next 3 days, I never would have had him sign that contract. Which means that things could get interesting. And, I think she ends up news ends up traveling a bit, at least in the house. Because, he ends up leaving one of his most trusted men to guard her, essentially, because they don't know if there will be attempts on her life with regards to either Brooks or possibly an enemy of his, for example, if word were to get out, because I don't know if word has gotten out completely. I'm assuming it has. But, yeah, and also her parents are okay with this. They were actually happy that she wanted to get out of the engagement because they were worried she was just going to keep doing things for the sake of her family without, essentially, and not taking into account her own happiness, essentially. Essentially forfeiting her own happiness and giving up all that in exchange for helping her family out. So they actually are happy that she's wanting to pursue her own happiness and break off that engagement, even though it means that her family might suffer because of it. Which is good. Her family is actually happy about that. I was worried that they wouldn't be happy about it. But they are under the impression that, I'm assuming that they're under the impression that she actually is interested in Noah. And that she hasn't told them the whole base lie. That they're faking their engagement in order to get out of the engagement. I'm assuming they don't know this. But anyway, he has one of his most trusted people who was apparently a child soldier way back when there was a war going on. And when that was all over with, Noah took him in and made him like essentially his most trusted person, essentially. Thing is, this guy doesn't really talk. I don't know if he's going to talk at all, but for right now, essentially he is mute until further notice. And one of the maids ends up giving her a bag of chocolate-covered almonds, and she actually ends up having to scold her for assuming that this guy is dangerous. And I think her sister is completely adorable. Cuteness overload, I might add, just like Raeliana said. That her sister wanted to let go of the balloon she was holding because it was supposed to carry a wish to the gods for her to have a happy life with Noah, essentially. And I thought that was so freaking adorable. And that I kind of do hope that those two do end up together in the end, because that would make her sister so freaking happy. And I hope that it's due to them getting together because they want to, not just because of the contract thing. But the balloon ends up getting caught on a tree, and they would have to... She told her, we'll have to wait till the gardener gets here so we can get it to cut down. But no, I can't remember the bodyguard's name for the life of me. I'm assuming he cuts the branch. And that frees the balloon to go back up to the sky, and therefore to the gods. And her little sister thanks him by giving him some of the chocolate-covered almonds that Raeliana had given her. And Raeliana realized that this guy might have a sweet tooth. And also the fact that this guy never had a chance to be a kid growing up because of his background. And thus she goes over to him and gives him her bag of chocolate-covered almonds. And essentially says, I look forward to working with you in the future as my bodyguard. So I'm actually curious as to what would happen is if he starts developing an attachment to her. That could be interesting, considering this whole situation that they're in. Anyway, I'll get this done recording. I'll get it edited. Or I don't have to worry about editing it. Uploading it. And then I'll get it... I still got some videos to work on. But that will have to wait until my nephews get home off the bus. Once that's done, then I could possibly record because I'm going to have them play on their tablets for a bit once my nephews get done with their homework. So they won't bother me. I hope. Anyway, I hope you guys are excited for more, and I'll see you guys next time.